Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel, welcome back to another episode on a very special day because today I'm holding the very first copy of A Better Day. So this is the book that I've aimed at children, so 10 plus, kind of taking a lot of the concepts of live well every day and putting them into child form, and also really adapting, I guess, content that I think we should all know by the time we're adults to that kind of audience. So, you know, when you're 10 plus, you're going to, you know, secondary school, dealing with all sorts of different challenges, social media, dealing with, you know, exams, stress, growing up, identity, learning about exercise, all these different things. And I wanted to put a book together I think is a true manual for anyone that's going through that time. I think it's for parents as well. There's so much stuff in here that I wish I knew at that time that would really help me, even dealing with things like bullying and of course mental health issues as well. So I'm really excited about this. We're here today at Hachette, at the main publishing house. The base is here in London, and behind me are these booths. So I'm going to be recording today the audiobook for A Better Day. So come into the lair. The den, if you like. So this is one of their like booths that we obviously were recording in, and essentially the setup, if anyone's, I don't know if you've seen this before, but essentially the way that these audiobook recordings work is that you have a room like this, which is a little booth, sound deadening booth. You've got these very high quality mics here, and essentially what I'll do, quite literally, is go through page by page, either using the iPad, so I've got all up here. You can see actually we've inverted the colours, or Reese, who is today, you might be able to see him through there, who's a wonderful producer who's going to be recording, and he's inverted the colours to make it easier for me to read. And I'll either kind of do that or go through the book, whichever, ready to go through all of it, to physically, you know, record the audio for each element, each page, literally the whole book. So I've got today and tomorrow. We think we'll probably get most of it done today. We'll see, depends how my flow is. But yeah, it's just such a good feeling to be in here, you know. And then with the doors closed, it's very odd. I showed you abs a moment ago, and you close the door and it goes absolute silence in here. So very weird, a weird moment, you know, after, you know, coming up with the concept for this book, and actually, you know, putting all the words together. I'm gonna flick through it. Look at that. I mean, even all the illustrations and stuff I'm so proud of. You know, we worked so hard at this cover because I really wanted A Better Day to represent, you know, people start at different points. So, you know, your journey point with your own health, your own well-being, your happiness, your peace can be at any point, and you can build upon it, and that's why I wanted the arrows in a certain way. And, you know, A Better Day, it's about that. You know, we're not looking for a perfect day, we're not looking for a flawless life. We all go through challenges, it's how we deal with those, and that's what I want this book to be. I'll show you, look, a little... look, I've got this quote that I say: life throws us into the deep end at times. However, with the help of family and friends, we overcome even the most seemingly insurmountable challenges. And I put that there because it's something that got me through difficult times when I lost my brother. And you can see the content of the book. The whole point, what we're working on here, is, you know, mental balance. What does that mean? What is well-being? What does it actually mean? We look at things like levers of the mind. So thinking about how we manage situations, things like stress, sorting out stress, beating the blues, loneliness unlocked, learning to overcome loss and grief, because young people also lose people as well. Let's make the most of friends and family. One body, one love, food for life, so thinking about nutrition, making sense of you. I mean, it's so confusing these days for young people growing up, and for any parents watching, it is so confusing. We're asking young people to grow up so young, so I'm hoping I can really work with the young people through this, with children that are growing up, to help them work out who they are, and also allow themselves the space just to be themselves. We don't have to decide who we are at 10 years old. Yeah, I'm really excited by it. Anyway, we're going to get started. I'm going to get reading this book before Reese gets very upset with me. There's a coffee on the way, which is much needed for me today. I'm going to get going. Excited, Abs?
Yes.
Let's do it. Right guys, so it's 11:30. I've done a good stint. I think I started about an hour ago, Abs, right? So I'm about 38 pages in a go, which doesn't sound like a lot, but obviously when you're reading, you want to make sure that every sentence carries across the message, because obviously when people listen to the audiobook, it really is relying on your words. But actually, once you've been on a bit of a roll, quite pleased with that. And it helps. I just love the book. I'm really excited about it. I believe in every sentence, really, obviously. So it really helps actually when you do the audiobook. You're just reiterating what you believe in, and the passion comes out. So really happy about that. It's good to have breaks though, because otherwise your voice can get quite clicky. So I drink a lot of coffee to kind of power through, but the water is really great as well, because it stops your voice like clicking on the audio, and hopefully when you go and listen to it, or whatever you kind of stream, you'll hear that I've not got clickiness, and that's because we're being careful. And you know, it's kind of you've got to like self-edit a little bit and hear it when it's coming. You've got to stop, have a drink, and carry on. But it's going well. So we're going to bash out another hour and a half, and have some lunch, and be able to show you guys the rooftop here, which is absolutely amazing. But I'm going to have a cup of coffee, a bit more water, power onwards. We'll catch up soon. Guys, I'm feeling good. Reese and I have boshed through that first bit, so we've done half a day now, and we're time for lunch. I'm going to show you a very nice view actually, because on the top of this building, it's rather spectacular, isn't it?
It's pretty good, we're pretty spoiled.
Let's go and have a look, shall we? Get some food. I'm Abs, you hungry?
I am.
Let's go. So you just film us wandering. Cool. Speed it up. Oh, yeah. Fire through.
Yeah, nice one. What I really like about it, it's like, it's such a great handbook to have.
Yeah, I hope
like
so.
Sort of,
I hope so. I think it's just like, oh, Jesus, you know, kids. I think a lot of that stuff would have been helpful when I was younger. I think just, you can just read that stuff, especially as you come out of primary school, you go to secondary school, you're settling in.
yeah.
There's a lot of these things that's just universal, especially when you go into social media.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
It's huge now.
My the one line that popped out for me in the first part was turning minor feelings into major feelings for no good reason.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I remember doing that all the time.
I mean, it's absolutely true. I still
feel worried,
but you know, it's really just manage that. You don't like not. You don't turn off being worried, like, you know, at night or even at all sometimes. But if you just manage it. Hey, holes.
I always think this lift just looks like a big purple handbag.
Yeah, it actually does, doesn't it? We're inside a handbag right now, guys. We're just rolling up. I'm ready to eat. My stomach was about to start grumbling, you know. It was, guys. It was really about to start grumbling. Yeah. Have a look, guys. Have a look. We're actually talking about phobias.
Oh, it looks like a snake. Oh.
I think it is supposed to be. When we talk about phobias, that can be one. Fear of heights is a very reasonable fear, I think. Yeah, exactly. I wonder if people are asking for heights working here, it wouldn't be that easy, would it?
Sure, yeah, I'll slide this over.
Come on, have a look out here. Listen. How awesome is this out here? Got the wonderful Shard on our left. London Eye there. And you can see, just peeking around the side, you can see Big Ben. Fantastic little garden, isn't it? Right here. We'll have to have our lunch out here, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Abigail Wag, come in. Have a seat. Do you want to have a little listen to a segment? Come into my booth. Hopefully it doesn't affect the sound. We'll see what Reese said. Can Abby stay in for a little moment? We can always redo it for... You have to be absolutely silent, Abby. Do you know that? It's quite fun to get everyone in here. I wonder if anyone watching has actually watched any audiobooks or seen this stuff done before. This is how you don't do it. Just kidding, I'll do it right. Let's do it. Chapter 9, baby. Chapter 9. One body, one love. The way we see our bodies can often shape how we feel about ourselves. If we're not comfortable with our appearance, it can affect our self-confidence and hold us back. But in truth, no two bodies are physically the same. We're all different shapes, builds, and sizes. Throw in everything, from our skin to the texture of our hair, and that sets each person even further apart from one another. What's more, our bodies develop as we grow. Sometimes it can feel like we're living inside a stranger, which is why it's so important to make friends with our appearance. But more than that, I believe we owe it to ourselves to learn to value our inner beauty, from our personalities and sense of humour to our interests and beliefs. If we consider ourselves... If we consider ourselves to be decent individuals at heart, then this is where our self-confidence... See, we make mistakes, people. If we consider ourselves to be decent individuals at heart, then this is where our self-confidence begins. But finding self-confidence isn't always easy, because too often we find ourselves viewing other people in terms of looks alone and feeling like we don't compare. Growing up, everyone physically matures at different rates. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed listening to a segment of that and joining me on my day. I must finish the book now. So, well, actually, that's not true. I'm going to come back tomorrow and finish it off. But I hope you've enjoyed today. If you haven't already, I think this is going to go out just before the book is released. Pre-order, and if you're watching this when it's already out, then please go and get the book. I truly believe that A Better Day is a book that every 10 plus child should read. 10 to 14, I guarantee there's plenty here to learn, and even for parents as well. It's not an easy space to navigate growing up, and I don't think there's enough good quality content out there about it, and I think this book is one of it. And I wouldn't say that if I didn't believe it, because ultimately I've got to be happy that children will read this and it will help them. A big thanks, as always, to Hachette and Renan Rook, who are the children's publishers for this book. I'm really, really proud of it. I'm so, so grateful. And also to Matt Wyman, who helped me put this all together. Legend, love, and goodbye.